LinkedIn profile. So I've landed three tech sales jobs in the last 12 months. So I'm gonna be showing you how. I'm also gonna be walking through my LinkedIn profile to give you some ideas in terms of like what to put in yours to actually, you know, just to start getting some replies from like some recruiters or anything of that sort. Very sad you're not going to be able to see my beautiful face when I move over to LinkedIn. But again, let's go into why LinkedIn matters. So LinkedIn matters because this is essentially where recruiters live. It's like your sales page. Think of it as your own web page for recruiters to be looking in here because the tools that recruiters use, they're not looking and going to find your Facebook and being like, hey, you want to work here? No, they're texting you. They're going to be sending you messages on LinkedIn. Um, so this is where recruiters live. It's essentially your sales page. So you need to make sure it's as buttoned up as it can be. And as again, like your resume can be good and all, but many of these tech sales organizations they want you to have a good LinkedIn. Um, not just because I guess like it'll make the company look good if there's people with good LinkedIn's on there. That's a big factor. But LinkedIn being the professional, communication social media platform, I guess you can, assign that name to it. Um, it's just it'll never hurt you to have a good LinkedIn. So again, you need to frame it as you're not applying to jobs. You're building. I hate this word so much, but you're building a funnel to be able to support you in a bunch of the other things you need. Okay, so let's go into my actual LinkedIn. So here I am, currently working for Data Snipper. Um, let's just dissect a couple of things. You're gonna want to have a banner. Of course, I have my company one for the company that I'm working for. Um, Data Snipper. This is gonna be something that recruiters look at and be like, "Wow, this is right professional. This is your company will give you your own um, we'll give you your own banner as well. But if you don't have one, just make something clean. Put your name here. Put the target role that you're trying to get to. I don't know. Spin it up. There'll probably be a few ideas if you're like wandering around LinkedIn. But again, make sure that the visual aspects of it are good. So a clean banner and a good photo of yourself. This is not even a photo of me. This is an AI photo, but you probably would want to have a neutral background. A bunch of people, they sometimes don't. They have like their, like here are just some examples of people just like in the background, or some pictures of them at a wedding or some event of sort. But doesn't matter. Just have a professional photo. Don't overthink it. Don't post like your Instagram photos on here unless they're actually, professional material. But yeah, I mean, a typical rule, just a nice headshot, neutral background, good banner. Okay, number one, visual aspect, done. Have something of this sort. Now you want to have a good headline. So here, my headline is Automation for Audit Teams at Data Snipper, Tech Sales Pro. I work at Data Snipper, which is essentially an intelligent platform for accounting firms where we're able to actually help audit, tax, and advisory teams. I more so automate a bunch of the manual data extraction and help them from end to end. So, quick tagline: we help more than audit teams. We help tax and advisory. But audit seems to be like our bread and butter in terms of like who we're actually able to help. And then again, founder at Sentry AI plus audit automation, just to like blow it up. So again, a clean professional headshot, a clean banner, and then a clean tagline. So now as we're going through it, your about page. A bunch of recruiters actually read these, and I believe in like the rules of three. I think it's like something going around where people just love reading things in three. And it just has to be very simple, right? So my about. I started my career in sales the traditional way. Cold calls, door-to-door conversations, and learning that every no is just part of the process. That early grind taught me how to listen, adapt, and build trust, skills that drive every interaction I have today. Now, as a business development representative at Data Snipper, I help accounting firms modernize audit and tax workflows through intelligent automation, cutting down hours of manual review and empowering teams to focus on higher value work. Outside of Data Snipper, I'm building Syndry AI, an automation partner helping SMBs implement voice agents and AI driven systems that scale operations without adding headcount. I also lead Outflow, a fast growing community helping people break into tech sales and accelerate their careers, always open to connecting. So again, something simple. You're basically explaining a little about your past, like I guess like what got you into it, a little bit about you, what you're currently doing, right? And saying now as a business development representative, what I'm doing. So again, where I'm working out, what I'm doing, and the results of that. And then just say a little bit like extra about you. So outside of my day-to-day job, I'm doing XYZ. Or, if you're not building two businesses, to say, hey, outside of whatever you're currently doing, I like to, I don't know, play with my dog, go out with my family, take my partner out on a date, always open to connecting. Um, so again, I started my career in tech sales, just a little bit background, what you're currently doing, what the results in, and then things you like to do outside of work. I think that's just again a very clean, simple way to introduce yourself to recruiters to say, hey, okay, this person loves to do that. And again, don't make your about page be some stupid shit. Being hey, outside of data snipper, outside of my current day-to-day job, I love um, getting wasted every Friday. Like again, if you're not on LinkedIn, you'll understand the tone of the that you wouldn't be putting this in public, and I don't think that's something I need to say either. Um, Now, as we head down, this is your going to be your experience section where you can actually go through all of your experiences. So again, working at Data Sniper as a BDR business development specialist, a founder at Century AI. I'm a sales development apprentice and higher levels, which is the course that I actually took to break in. I'm a startup business development representative at Swap. I was there for a few months, and my first tech sales role, where I actually broke into tech, was Varonis, the cybersecurity company that I mentioned as well. That was my first introduction to tech sales. And before that, my door-to-door jobs that I worked selling Windows, proximity marketer at Renewal by Anderson, and the sales representative at Best Choice Roofing. And again, my first official W-2 job as an overnight freight associate at Home Depot from February 2024 to August 2024. And again, this is something that you also want to keep in mind. I have experience to back up that sales and business and marketing is like things that are in my niche and like things that I cater myself to. Even if I didn't have all this tech sales like specific experience, I was able to convey that through saying, hey, at whatever at a renewal by Anderson, I here are my priorities that I did in my day-to-day job, some skills that I learned while being on the job. So again, be able to verify that. And in terms of like KPIs, I think I don't know, I feel like you're putting yourself naked if you're like writing a bunch of like your KPIs that you put like on your sales page. I mean, I don't think it will hurt too much. I just think, preference doesn't really matter. But for sure, it's like crucial to have those on your resume. And then freelance copywriter. So while I was 16 years old, I did get into copywriting, thanks to Mr. Producer's campus, wink wink, if you know who I'm referring to. Can't say his name, I might, I'll be a little discreet about that. But again, worked as a freelance copywriter on Upwork. I did a couple of projects, and it's when I actually started to receive income. I was like, whoa, I think the first copywriting project I did, let me go back here. The first copywriting project I did was for this lady who owned a cannabis company. I don't remember her name, but she owned a cannabis company and she wanted me to write the ad copy for it and then the web page copy for it. And then I got a few extras like gigs on the side to actually, get good at copywriting and being able to write efficiently. Not efficiently, but accessory and like have a good amount of like good copywriting usage to like back up the things that I'm saying. So again, um, make sure that everything on your LinkedIn looks good. So just to wrap it up as well. Oh, another thing, your featured and licenses. I have a ton of certifications from higher levels. And higher levels is the tech sales community that I used to break into tech. Um, I'm just trying to make my own niche about it, which is why I'm even like going through this whole thing. But again, let's run through it. Number one, you want to have a good visual presentation. So a clean banner, don't put anything grainy, make sure it fits within the proper sizes of the border. Make sure you have a clean headshot with a neutral background or just a good photo of yourself, a good tagline. So say what you're doing right now, just a brief description, and then a good about page where you're describing, how you started, what you're currently doing, what the result of your work, gives us an outcome, and then what you like doing outside of work. Always open to connecting. You can switch this, little tagline to whatever you want. Um, and then your experiences as well. You just want to portray that you know what you're doing in your day-to-day job, how long you've been there. So yeah, like I mentioned in the last video, I've been in Texas for over a year. Um, that's when I broke in. Um, when I left these door to door jobs. Um, but yeah, I mean, past that, it's just you just want to be able to portray to recruiters saying, "Hey, this is something I'm ready for, even if I don't have a formal education or the degree that comes with it. I'm putting in the effort to make sure that I look presentable." And just another bit, you really, really, really want to try to get your LinkedIn connections to say 500 plus. This will show that you're active on LinkedIn, which is why some of them even want to reach out in the first place. So again, being active on LinkedIn, making sure it looks good, um, getting your connections up as possible. It'll be a real good way to stand out from a bunch of other people who just don't have that like set in stone. So, um, like I mentioned, make sure all of those things are set in place, and I guarantee you that this layout will get you interviews. If you just follow the instruction and just do exactly like these exact steps, and it just won't hurt you. I don't see this hurting you in like any sort of way. So again, um, get all those stuff done. And if you want me to review your LinkedIn, or just you want to learn like the full system of like it's inside Outflow, the company, company. Hopefully, it's a company sooner or later. But more so the mentorship that I'm building on school, thank you, Mosey, to actually teach a bunch of you how to break in. So comment LinkedIn for the free checklist of like things you want to essentially get done, and just a bunch of like golden nuggets and like how to get things done much quicker, the exact prompts, and then just good um, cadences for the KPIs and things like that for your resume. But yeah, I'll be sharing a bunch of more stuff. Just subscribe, and yeah, see you guys in the next one.